Arsenal smoke Chelsea, who seem to be a shadow of their former self. Arsenal, on the other hand, could truly be on the precipice of something special. But I'm going to tell you in this video why that win is so much more than the 3 points that we accrued. Before we get into it though, I'd be extremely grateful if you could just hit like on this video. So, tell me about that game. I can't believe we've beat them 5-0. Chelsea has always been a game that you kind of look at with dread. Going back to the Arsene Wenger days, you know, his 1000th game in charge. What happens? Chelsea smash us 6-0. Chelsea's always been a difficult game, but my God, how the tables are turned. Arsenal slapped Chelsea 5-0 in what is the most convincing way in my lifetime that I've seen Arsenal dispatch of Chelsea. 5-0, but there was so much more than just the goals. The performances, the way we set out, the shape, the introduction of certain players was something truly special. I want to hear your thoughts on it. Please let me know what you thought on that game. I mean, the place I want to start is, of course, Havertz. I can't tell you how happy I am that Kai Havertz got them 2 goals. So happy, in fact, that I could sit here right now and start singing Waka Waka. I'm not going to, but oh my God, Havertz, incredible. Them 2 finishes, proper striker goals. I mean, we'll talk about the assists because something incredible from Odegaard. But Havertz just... 60 million we've wasted on this guy. 65 million. I can't believe you've paid that fee for this guy. He's going to do it for a couple of games and then he's going to die out for the rest of the season. This guy's having his most unbelievable Premier League campaign of all time. And we are witnessing something that is special with Havertz because we haven't seen this kind of form from Havertz in the Premier League. Mikel Arteta had a plan and it's been executed perfectly with Havertz. But the structure of the team definitely allowed certain players to flourish, and that's what we're going to talk about. Before we do, though, Ben White, 2 goals from Big Benny Blanco from right back. Did he mean the second goal? Who cares? He scored 2 goals against Chelsea. The first one was brilliant, bobbled up in front of him, left foot, curled it around the keeper, who was terrible, by the way. Poor keeper. But still, Ben White, and then that second one, the face that he pulled as he was running across the 6-yard line, you could tell from about 7 miles away that he definitely didn't mean that finish. But you got to take them. Trossard's goal opened the evening, and, that was early doors, and that kind of set the tone. Well, what I thought anyway. But then, Chelsea did, to be fair, have a couple of chances after that. Nicholas Jackson's got to be the worst finisher in the world. I've been watching Maidenhead United Junior Colts, and they would finish the majority of them chances that Nicholas Jackson was missing. And I just can't understand how a striker can be that bad. They used to say Kai Havertz missed a lot of chances. Nicholas Jackson can't hit a barn door, mate. He's terrible. There was one passage of play in particular where you got to give him his credit. It looked like he got past William Saliba in terms of pace. He kind of knocked it past him, and it didn't seem William Saliba could keep up. He wasn't far behind him. And then he kind of crosses it across goal. And Gabriel very nearly knocked it into his own net. That was on 22 minutes, I think. So, Chelsea maybe did have their chances. I think they grew into the game in the first half. We go into half-time. What was it? I think it was 1-0 at half-time. And, you're starting to panic a bit because you're thinking, it only takes 1 goal from Chelsea and they could be back in this game. But coming out for the second half, Arsenal were absolutely unplayable, which is something that we haven't been able to say in these past few Arsenal performances. Arsenal seem to have kind of run out of steam almost in the second half in some of these games. We can be accused of that against Villa, against previous teams as well. So to see Arsenal come out and put on such a dominant display in the second half was so good to see because, people say Arsenal run out of steam in the second half. And although you don't believe it, you don't have no proof to suggest that maybe they're lying. But now, I mean, that second half, Odegaard in particular, Odegaard playing like that is the best player in the world. I don't care what anyone says to me. I'm not listening. Odegaard in terms of technical ability, the passes he was finding, I wish I was intelligent enough to put into words the quality you need, to even imagine the pass that Odegaard was playing. He sort of had the ball, he held onto it, and I thought, well, the chance is gone now. And then out of nowhere, he sort of flicks it that way, and then there's a player running onto it, and oh my God, like I said, unbelievable from Odegaard. Words can't do that performance justice. You know, Odegaard has been incredible, but for me, that was his best game I've ever seen. And to be fair, it may even be the best performance from an Arsenal player that I have seen in many, many years. I was so impressed with Martin Odegaard. But like I said, let me know your thoughts on the game. What did you think? Who impressed you the most? My man of the match, you know, fairly simple, the same as probably 99% of you guys, was Martin Odegaard. Definitely deserves big respect. But let me know your thoughts on the game. And now we just kind of need to look at where that leaves us in the title race. Look, Arsenal are in pole position. We don't have our destiny in our own hands. Unfortunately, that still lies with Man City. But the way we're playing, you know, Tottenham on the weekend is going to be such a difficult game. But as long as we can keep that structure, those set of players fit, you know, going into the game, it was said that tomiyasu was going to be injured. So, you know, I kind of made that video yesterday. And then all of a sudden, tomiyasu's back in the team sheet. We know Mikel Arteta has a habit of not letting on to what's actually happening behind closed doors. And that tomiyasu one surprised me. I didn't expect it. I've been hearing things behind the scenes as well. Tomiyasu's missing this game. So that was kept very, very tight-lipped. Great to see him. I thought his performance was very good. But the guy who unlocked that Arsenal midfield was Thomas Partey. Look, Jorginho has been phenomenal for Arsenal at points in this season. But, you know, it's almost like people forget how good Thomas Partey was last season. You know, this is a guy who was being compared to Rodri. You know, the debate was, who's better, Rodri or Partey? That debate was very real, and it was real for a reason, because Thomas Partey, when fit, when firing, is an exceptional central defensive midfield player, and parts of that was on show yesterday. You know, the way he breaks it down, but the way he brings the wingers into play. It's not even him just starting attacks centrally. You know, he was kind of playing balls to Saka at times, and then that allowed Saka to get on the ball early enough to be able to run at Marc Cucurella. And we saw what he done to Marc Cucurella. He had him on toast. Cucurella was so frustrated. He was getting into it with Saka. He was getting into it with Ben White. He got booked. You know, and a lot of that was from Thomas Partey. You know, some people are saying they don't think Saka's been on top form this season. And I'm telling you, it's because of the way Thomas Partey plays Saka in early. You know, that helps Saka's game tenfold. Trossard as well was brilliant. And the fact that Thomas Partey was in this squad, it allowed Declan Rice to kind of just, you know, he had free roam. You know, he didn't have to worry about the defensive woes of Jorginho or the fact that Jorginho's not as defensively sound as a Thomas Partey or a Declan Rice, you know. Declan Rice isn't worrying about that. He knows he has Thomas Partey behind him who can kind of marshal in front of the back four, pick up the ball, start plays. And if there is a break, he knows Thomas Partey is more than capable of breaking it down. You know, so Declan Rice was getting forward, which was in turn allowing him to be further forward in the left-hand side of midfield, which was helping Trossard, you know, be introduced into the game a lot more. We've seen so many times this season, the left winger has been totally isolated. But 4 minutes in, we saw Declan Rice make that run, lay in Trossard. Trossard finishes it. Did I ever doubt Trossard was going to finish it? No, because Trossard is the best finisher at Arsenal. So the team selection was spot on. I wouldn't have done anything differently. And I hope we can field that same starting 11 against Tottenham, because I think that's what we're going to need. I think you keep Thomas Partey in this team. He offers so much. Defensively, Arsenal are so much stronger with Partey, even going forward, because like I said, he's better defensively, so it gives Odegaard more options to go forward and not worry so much about the defensive work. Declan Rice as well. It was perfect. Like I said, title race though. Liverpool are playing tonight. The game's probably kicked off by the time I put this out there. But yeah, Liverpool, I think they're going to drop points before the end of the season anyway, so I'm not too focused or worried about what Liverpool are doing. Now, of course, they're a brilliant team. You can never discount Liverpool. But to me, Man City has always been the team that I'm more wary of than Liverpool. Man City, you know, they did have the easiest running, but you're looking at some of their fixtures, and there still are plenty of opportunities for Man City to drop points. They've still got to play Tottenham. They've still got to play Brighton. I think it's Forest, and it might be West Ham, their last game as well. So they do have some tricky fixtures that they could slip up on. Now, the only thing is, Man City, we've seen it over the past 6-7 years. They're relentless. In the Premier League run-in, they never seem to lose a game, and the stats there are there to back that up. But yeah, so happy with that performance. Like I said, Martin Odegaard, incredible. Let me know your thoughts on the game. Let me know your thoughts on the title race. Are Arsenal now favourites? Let me know. Thanks so much to everyone for watching and listening. Before you go, like I said, just do me the favour of hitting like on this video. Just like it and subscribe, and I'll speak to you all in tomorrow's video. Gooners, have a good day.